Hey there, guys. How are we all doing today? It's Monday. Oh my god. Can you believe it? We made it through another day. Like, wow. Monday. Tomorrow's gonna be Tuesday. It is Monday. And we just had the weekend's fixtures in the Premier League. The Premier, the best league in the world. The Premier League. And some big games, like really big matches, some big results, wow, some big goals, some great goals. I'm gonna struggle to remember whose goal it was now that I've seen, and I thought, oh wow, oh yeah, and Buemo, holy hell, I'm sorry, but if that goal is not a contender for goal of the season, then there's something wrong with the world of football. If anyone else scores that goal, would it be Ronaldo, Haaland, anyone at all, we'd be raving about it. How Brian Mbeumo got his foot up that high and to put that much accuracy on a shot at such an awkward angle with defenders all around him. Absolute top class. Very reminiscent of types of goals that Zlatan would score. Not regular, but on more than a few occasions in his career. Absolutely brilliant goal, and was good enough to win the match. Like it was a goal worthy of winning a game. Unfortunately for him, Tottenham hit back and won 3-1. We're going to go over the results and stuff, but we have to address the elephant in the room. No, there's no elephant in the room, literally. Wait, there might be. No, there is an ornament somewhere in this house of an elephant. I was looking for it. I thought it was in here, but clearly not. Yeah, on my latest video, and I know they were having a dig, and I'm not having a dig when I do this thing here, but somebody said they've been watching me for years, but my hatred for Man City was a bit too blatant. And I thought to myself, that's not very fair. I genuinely don't hate Man City. Okay, I have a weird perception of football, I guess. Like, I'm a Man United fan through and through, have been since day dot. And yes, it's one of the ones where my dad was a fan, I followed suit. Well, try not following suit if your dad is a fan of a team and you're brought up by your mum and dad, and your dad goes out and buys you a Man United football shirt from when you're like 4 years old or 5 years old, and every season you get a new kit and you get a name on the back, and you go to see some games when there's a ticket available, etc. I mean, I'm gonna sit here and say I've been to see United more than 10 times because I haven't. My dad worked every weekend, pretty much all the way through my childhood, and the only way we got to go and see United was because he had a friend who had a season ticket, and occasionally, on a few occasions, when I got a bit older, there was a spare ticket, so we'd go and watch them. But when I tell you I watched every game possible on the telly, every time there was on, I'd be watching them. My dad, they used to really, so there was a shop in my local town, Lancaster, where I was born, called Birthdays. It was a card shop. Now, this lady owned it, and above the shop was a spare room, and her son set up a Man United shop in there. It was like an official Man United shop. Say official. Yeah, it was pretty official. He had everything from the shirts to the cups to the bloody magnets. The little figures, had all the figures. Everything you could imagine as a Man United fan, it was in there. And they used to release videos every month. And it was had all the matches on from that month, highlights of all the matches. And when I tell you, my dad had about 100 of these videos, collected them every month without fail. I was a big Man United fan growing up, and I still am now. So when you say I hate Man City, I don't. I really don't hate them. Man City over the years played a big part in my life, kinda. I had Sabutio as a kid. The Sabutio teams that had a huge like ply board or whatever it was with the pitch spread out and glued down. So it was literally, it couldn't go all creased and stuff. It was so cool. And it had the stands that you could buy and the dugouts and the floodlights which get fallen over. They were really crap. And I had some teams, I had quite a few teams. Man United, Coventry, randomly, Tottenham. I think I had Liverpool. I had a couple of others, but one I did have. And I remember going and buying it from a shop called Toymaster, or Rock and Roll Shop. It used to be called one or the other. It was a little toy shop in Lancaster, and my dad took me one Saturday morning, and he was rarely at home on a weekend. My mum was in bed because she'd been at work the night before. We had to go into the town for something. He said, I'll go and treat you. I'll treat you to something, pick a toy. And I went in there to the Rock and Roll Shop and I bought two Sabutio teams. I think one of them was Tottenham. The other one, I remember distinctively, was Manchester City. And back then they had some good players. You had Paul Lake. I've read his book. It's a brilliant book. Such a tragedy his career ended up being. Nicky Weaver. As I got a bit older, they had George King-Clancy. One of my favourite players as a young kid was George King-Clancy. What a player. Eyal Berkovic, Paul Dickoff. That was later on in my childhood, to be fair. I was a teen by the time he was playing. But yeah, they had quite a few good players. Phelan went on to play for them, didn't he? Terry Phelan. He also played for Man United. Peter Schmeichel played for them. He went on from Man United. At the end of his career, he played for Man City, which should never have been allowed, but he did. But yeah, they had some decent players when I was quite young. Nicky Summerby, he played for them. Yeah, so I never had an issue with Man City. I have an issue with these current Man City because they're that bloody good. Back then they were that good. You had Niall Quinn, he was decent up front for them. He was always a danger, wasn't he, Niall Quinn? And yeah, but nowadays they're just too bloody good. Let's talk about yesterday, Man City Arsenal. So teams, Man City in the last two matches have come up against ridiculously good defensive teams. First it was Inter Milan in the Champions League. Yesterday it was Arsenal. Haaland scores his goal in the first half very early on. Oh bloody hell, here we go. I backed Arsenal 4-1. And then Arsenal get their equaliser. Who's got the equaliser? I know Gabriel got the second. Oh, Calafiori scored the first. What a goal that was! Holy hell! So you got, Rodri nearly got took out in the first 5 seconds by Havertz. I thought, bloody hell, because I really like Rodri as a player. I thought, bloody hell, gone and ruined the game. Well, thankfully he was able to carry on because he's a warrior. But yeah, City went 1 up, then the equalised from Calafiori. Gabriel just before half time making it 2-1. Oh, this is interesting. Then Trossard getting sent off. I was like, why? What are you doing that for, you idiot? He got himself for kicking the ball away. So, City were right to be angry about the Arsenal first goal because it came, the referee called Carl Walker over to talk to him about an incident. And then Walker, as he's getting back into position, the referee blew the whistle for the early free kick and he led to Calafiori's goal. Or was it Gabriel's goal, that one? I'm pretty sure it was Calafiori's goal. And if Walker had been in position, then that doesn't... Yeah, that was it. Calafiori's goal was because Walker was out of position. The second one, if you was watching it on the Sky Sports, Gary Neville, I think it was, or Carragher, mentioned that City had swapped somebody about with Gabriel. They put Walker on Gabriel, and Walker's there like trying to touch him to make sure he can watch the ball. embarrassing for Walker. He's now kind of to blame for both goals in a way. And but Trossard was sent off and it looked like it was going to be a win for Arsenal. I mean, that defensive display in the second half was bloody brilliant. They didn't attack. I mean, down to 10 men away at Man City with a 2-1 lead. It was just all out defence. And City in the end found a way through in the last few seconds with their very late equaliser from John Stones. But up to that point, I thought, this is Arsenal. This is them showing that, in my opinion, if they could just sort out their midfield, get a bit more potency going forward, so midfield stroke attack. It's been an attack, and I mean, Christ, who is Arsenal's centre forward? Why did they not go out in this window and sign a striker? Ivan Toney was there, available for pennies, and he'd have got a stack of goals for Arsenal this season, absolute stack. Instead they decided to persist with Havertz and Jesus and Trossard. It's just really, really strange. Sorry about that, guys, I had to rush off and do something. Yes, Arsenal just showed that they are, in my opinion, the superior team. I mean, defensively they're so good. They just need to sort themselves out up top. And if they can, but if they had done for this season, I think they'd have won the title. But they haven't done so. They probably don't win the title this season either. But yeah, City, they struggle to break teams down. They're going up against the better sides. Overall, very good point for City. 2 points drop for Arsenal. David Raya proving that he was worth the money. I mean, when he first came in, I thought, John's a bit of a clanker here. Is he any better than Ramsdale? But no, he's proven to be one of the best keepers in the league, if not the best on current form. The defence, rock solid. Midfield, Arsenal's midfield. I mean, Rice had a great first season. I don't think he'd walk into the C team necessarily. You know, if it's him or Rodri's starting every time over Rice. Moving on anyway, that was the last game of yesterday. Might as well work our way backwards. In the early kickoff, I mean, who would have thought on a Sunday would get 2 games in the league, in the Premier League, finishing 2-2. We had Brighton v Forest, and I was in the pub yesterday afternoon having some lunch with my wife, and it was on the telly, and I'd had a little bet on it, and I thought, let's watch the game. Like, it's on, let's just keep an eye on it, and looked very entertaining match. Forest, their start to the season has been ridiculous, like, very good. I didn't expect it. I mean, they didn't really strengthen too much. Nottingham Forest didn't. But Nuno's got them doing very well so far. Yes, let's have a little look. You have Brighton. Chris Wood put Forest in front 1-0. Then Hinchelwood got the equaliser for Brighton. I seen the equaliser, and I seen the Danny Welbeck goal a few minutes later, 2-1 up. And then Sousa for Forest in the 70th minute got the equaliser, looking 2-2. Gibbs White was sent off on the 83rd minute. Now I'd seen a couple of clips of Gibbs White in the game, and he was playing pretty well. He made a great challenge in the second half. Really, really good tackle. I didn't see what he got sent off for, but yeah, Forest 2, Brighton 2. We'll go off the table at the end, but I'm pretty sure Forest are way ahead of where I would have predicted they would be at the start of the season. So fair play to Nuno. A lot of nice memories of his time at Wolves, because I lived in Wolves for a lot of years, and he had a great side at Wolves with, back in the day when, before the last couple of seasons, we had Adam Traore, Jimenez, just thinking about the side that Wolverhampton Wanderers had João Moutinho playing for them. You know, Neves, for crying out loud. What a side. Anyway, Jota as well, don't forget. Right, Saturday's games. We kicked off with Chelsea 3, West Ham 0. I think I predicted a draw. I'm sure I predicted a score draw in this match on my video the other day. Chelsea's battered West Ham from what I seen. I didn't even watch the highlights. I just heard about it. I watched Match of the Day, but there's certain teams I have no interest in watching doing well. Chelsea are one of them. Nicholas Jackson scored 2 in the first half and a third by Cole Palmer, which won me 30 quid. I had 30 quid on Cole Palmer to have one shot on target in the game, and he scored, so 30 quid. Yeah, Chelsea 3, West Ham 0, and I absolutely hate that they're doing well. I was so desperate for them to be shite this season. I was like, yes, they're going to be crap. They're doing alright, ain't they? It's just bloody annoying. Villa 3, Wolves 1. I was watching the score, and I was like, come on Wolves, you can do this. I didn't expect them to. So when there's 1 up early on in the game, very early on for Cunha, very good goal. This lad is very much underrated, and in my opinion, I hate saying he starts for a top team, but he could definitely do a job for Man United, maybe a Liverpool. You know, he's a very good striker. Tottenham, he won't be out of place in the Spurs side. Yeah, Matheus Cunha doing very well for Wolves over the last couple of seasons, but the Villa just hit back from the 73rd minute onwards. Watkins in the 73rd minute, Konsa in the 88th, and John Duran, proving why Chelsea fucked up not signing him. Apologies for my language. Scoring in the 94th minute, 3-1 to Villa in the local derby. Fulham 3, Newcastle 1. I did get this one correct. I don't know what score and I said. I'm sure I said 3-0 or 2-1 or something like that. But I had Fulham to win this, and they did 3-1. Jimenez with a brilliant goal, rolling back the years. Right, Jimenez, what a goal! Emile Smith-Rowe continues his good form for Fulham, and then a Reece Nelson goal in the 92nd minute. That's 2 ex-Arsenal players scoring for Fulham. Fair play. Although I think Reece Nelson's only on loan, could be wrong. Harvey Barnes got one back when it was 2-0 for Newcastle. That was his third goal in 3 games in a row in the Premier League. He was always a player I liked a lot at Leicester. When injury free, he was always a threat, and when he went to Newcastle, that was interesting. He's got 3 and 3. Leicester 1, Everton 1. I don't know, I think I said Leicester win for this game. And Jai, what a player Everton have on their hands. I didn't get a chance to see him at Sheffield United. He was there in the Championship. Then they got promoted and they sold him straight away to Marseille. Didn't work out for him at Marseille. And now he's at Everton, and he looks like their best player. The best player they've had in a lot of years, attacking wise anyway. He put him 1 up after 12 minutes. And then Mavididi got the equaliser for Leicester. I think it's his second in his last 2 games. I'm sure he scored in the cup the other day. Yeah, so that's a good result for Leicester, to be fair. I predicted a win. But they're doing better than I thought they'd do, because they got a pretty crap team, if we're being honest about it. Of the 3 sides promoted, Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester invested the least due to all their issues with the authorities and stuff. So yeah, for them to get a draw on Everton, that's a good result. Not so good a result for Everton, who dropped points again. Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0. 2 goals early on in the first half hour for Luis Diaz, and then Darwin Núñez with a brilliant goal. Like, what a goal! If you're a Liverpool fan, you're like, why can't you do that more often? That was his first goal in 12 games. first start under Arne Slot in the league this season. But what a goal. Took it brilliantly. Southampton, Ipswich, 1-1. I had Ipswich down to win this. Southampton were good. I seen the highlights on Match of the Day. They were unlucky to lose this game. Sam Morsey scored in the 95th minute for Ipswich in a game that Southampton looked to have the 3 points in, and I felt a bit sorry for them afterwards. Russell Mine said he was angry with his team and the players for not seeing it out. I mean, it's the 95th minute of the game. You should be seeing it out at home. This young lad who scored, Dibbling, never heard of him. I'll be honest, I'd never heard of the lad. Apparently, when Adam Lallana made his debut for Southampton the first time round, Dibbling was only 6 months old, and now, on Saturday, Lallana in his second spell at Southampton set up Dibbling for the goal. He took it bloody well, and as soon as he'd scored it later on that night, my United were linked to him. Of course we were. He scored 1 goal and we're linked to him. It's a bit embarrassing. But yeah, he took the goal really well, and it was just a shame they couldn't see the game out. Tottenham 3, Brentford 1. Brentford 1. So when Bremo already said, what a goal. What skill to score that goal. Solanke hit back 7 minutes later, his first goal for Spurs. Happy days. Brennan Johnson was second in 2 games. Took his goal really well. And then to cap it off, 85th minute, James Maddison with a very, very, very good goal as well. 3-1 win for Tottenham. Vicario handballed the ball at one point outside his box. Should have been at least booked. Nothing happened. What can you say? Sometimes you catch a break. Palace United. I missed the first half. I didn't miss much, did I? I was making the dinner at the time. I went in to watch the second half and 0-0. But United, the first half anyway, from what I heard, they played really well. What I seen in the second half, they were dominating the game. Just nothing, no cutting edge, unfortunately. Players coming back. Højlund with his return. Mount isn't ready to come back yet. I mean, I keep forgetting we've got Lenny Yoro still to make a start for us in the league. You know, he's been out injured since he made his debut in pre-season. So I'm defensively we look pretty good second half. Dalot's bloody brilliant in his left back slot now. Mazraoui, what a signing! I ain't joking. When West Ham were in for him, so United apparently wanted it, and then he was going to go to West Ham. I thought, well, it can't be that bloody good then. If West Ham are going to get him, and then we were back in for him. I thought, do I really want him now? I don't want West Ham's cast-offs, as in players that couldn't get over the line. But he's been one of my favourite signings of the season for United. What a great right back, and I don't really understand why he wasn't getting games for Bayern Munich. Strange, but true. Anyway, let's have a little looky at the table. Hang on a minute, let me look at the table. The table. Here we go. Uh-oh. Right, we have Man City top of the table by 1 point. 1 point ahead of Liverpool. We have Liverpool in second, Villa in third, Arsenal in fourth, Chelsea fifth, Newcastle joint on points with Chelsea, they're in 6th place. Then we've got Brighton, Forest in 8th on 9 points, really good going from Forest. Fulham, Tottenham, Man United on 7 points each. They play each other this weekend coming. Brentford on 6, Bournemouth on 5, West Ham on 4. I mean, that's not good for West Ham, is it? 4 points. I say that United only have 3 extra points. Leicester on 3 points, Palace on 3, Ipswich on 3. The bottom 3 is Southampton, Everton and Wolves. So it's worrying times for Wolves, I ain't gonna lie. 1 point from possible 15. It's not a good start at all. And this could be the season that Wolves have found out. scary, is it? I'd never heard of him. I can't be honest, I'd never heard of this lad. I mean, they've still got Dawson. Dawson is still playing at centre back for Wolves. Yeah, I think that says it all really down to it. No, I like Dawson. I think what was his first name again? My mind's gone bloody blank. Really gone blank. But he's been around the block a bit. And now he's still first choice centre back for Wolves.